This is an executive presentation for Fort Worth Independent School District for all the stakeholders, all the administrators, all the educators, all the parents, all the students, Human Resources Department, to just build up a better district, to build up the students, build up the staff, build up the community. Organizational strategic plan. This is what I came up with through rigorous academic standards, high expectations, and a coordinated curriculum. Fort Worth Independent School District, in partnership with the community, will help students graduate with the abilities and skills to excel in life with confidence, to obtain their dreams and excel in other endeavors they wish to pursue. What I thought about while making this strategic plan was really the confidence factor, high expectation. Those are the type of things students need to be able to be the best students that they can be, to build up the confidence to go chase their dreams, to be the best adults that they can be, because the students are the youth. The youth are the future. So that's something that I thought about making this strategic plan. And as educators, that's what we come here to do, is to build up our students to be the best students that they can be, to build a solid foundation, and to build a better community around us as a whole. Organizational goals. First bullet point, provide schools with the resources and training needed to meet students' social, emotional needs and maintain a safe and productive learning environment with resources. We need with everything really, with technology now, we need the right resources to teach these kids, especially with COVID. A lot of kids was dealing with online learning. So with the right resources, we'll be able to teach them. And and also, with a lot of things going on with safety, safety hazardness in schools around the country, we need the right training and resources to be able to keep our campuses safe, keep the educators safe, keep the students safe. Second bullet point: strengthen recruitment, development, and retention of teachers and school leaders with an explicit focus on cultural competence and racial equity. And Fort Worth, it's already real diverse with just the DFW area in general. So having a diverse staff in the schools, be able to give kids, make the kids more comfortable in the class learning. And it's with COVID happening, it's a lot of teachers that have been quitting. It's a lot of vacancies. And then we got staff that aren't fully qualified to be teachers. So if there's a way we can strengthen our training, strengthen our recruitment, to find the best teachers, find the higher educators out there, then that's what we could do. To the third bullet point: improve customer service and communication between central office, schools, families, and the community. That's vital to any service industry, matters if it's education, retail industry, food industry. You got to be able to have a great relationship with the customers that you're dealing with. In our line of work, we're dealing with parents, we're dealing with students, we're dealing with investors that's investing into our schools. So if there's a way we can figure out what they want, they figure out what we want, we come to an agreement on things, and we be able to communicate at a high level, we be able to build up our education system as a whole. SWOT analysis, strengths, plenty of resources for teachers to use, strong sense of community, close-knit, competitive pay, teacher incentives. School board is active, supportive, care deeply about students and staff, act quickly and decisively, and the district works to provide the best resources and programs for our students. The weaknesses of the district. The district works to provide I'm sorry about that. Teacher and administrator retention. gaps in higher learning and higher level learning opportunities, challenging student behaviors and lack of discipline, implementing professional development correctly, lack of instructional specialists that assist teachers with at-risk students, enforcing procedures, expectations for students and staff. I think this is something that we really need to focus on because, as I stated before, it's a lot of vacancies around teachers with teaching positions, coaching positions, administrative positions around the whole district. Uh, and with the gaps in higher level learning, I think that just comes with COVID, and we have to figure out a way to hone that in. That way, we can build these students up. And the lack of discipline as well. That's another key thing that I thought about when I was building these weaknesses. Just the lack of discipline with just honing our kids in and just trying to get them to focus on education. And yeah, opportunities, more community activities and partnerships, creating and utilizing an adversary committee, partnerships with local learning institutions, student mentoring programs focused on careers using professionals in fields of interest, utilizing outside vendors that will provide free incentives for students, maintain high standards for academics and behaviors in all schools, um, with the opportunities, with communities and activity partnerships. I think that's something vital that we need in our district to be able to build up the culture aspect of our district. So, threats. Threats of the district, low academic performance. With low test scores, we won't be able to get the resources that we need to be able to provide our kids with the best learning that they need to learn, and also with that, the kids lose confidence with low test scores as well. Declining enrollment, and that comes from the next bullet point: competition from charter schools and surrounding districts. So if there's a way we can get kids back into Fort Worth Independent School District, the public school district, uh, that will be able to help us build up the district. Um, Better pay and ratings in surrounding districts, attracting and retaining teachers' salaries and benefits, drifting away from fundamental aspects of education will eventually eliminate the very reason we exist as an educational institution. The last bullet point, um, just seeing how things are being operated in the schools around Fort Worth Independent School District is sometimes it's just not professional, and we're not going back to the foundation of what education really is. So if we can go back to that, that threat wouldn't even be there. So the alignment with functional departments, as it pertains to experienced teachers, the interaction is minimal when it comes to the human resources department relationship. As a first year teacher, I was able to interact with the human resource department a lot at the beginning of the school year. But as time goes along in the Fort Worth Independent School District, just getting different answers from my colleagues, they tell me that the human resource department and the educators and the administrators in the district don't really have a relationship like that. Um, but with the relationship between the finance department is a very stable relationship as they interact with each other and collaborate on a plethora of activities. Sorry about that. Uh, so with the facilities to the department, HR has been able to establish new buildings. So with the facilities department, they have a great relationship with them because that's something that we're doing very well in the district. We're able to build up different buildings and get the resources that we need in the buildings, because in Fort Worth Independent School District, it's been a lot of schools that are, older model schools. So HR and the facilities department have been able to build build a tight knit relationship. That way, we can get the best facilities for these kids and the educators in the school district. All right, what I came up with the human resources strategic plan and goals, for the human resources strategic plan, support the learning environment by recruiting, hiring, and retaining the best employees, and providing exponential service to all of our customers. As I said earlier in the presentation, if we're able to create a positive environment and have the right culture, um, there's nothing but positive. There's nothing but growth that's able to come from that. And if we're able to get the right employees in, and not necessarily just focus on, okay, if they can teach, but also if they can build relationships with the children as well, and exponential service. HR is able to connect and give out the right service. I think that'll be something that'll be able to build up the district. Uh, HR goals: increase employee diversity annually to reflect the student population. Like I said, in just in the DFW, as much as it's growing, it's getting real diverse. So if we're able to keep the district with educators of all ethnicities, all races, to where it's diverse, to where we can keep the kids comfortable, that'll be something that's a goal for the Human Resources Department. Second bullet point: grow staff development satisfaction rating through quality and targeted training. As I said, going through professional development, it was something that we wasn't really getting taught too much. So if we're able to really get the proper training, and that way we can get, that way we can satisfy our students, that way we can satisfy our parents by gaining the right training to build up the district. Last bullet point: obtain an annual increase in employee retention rates. As time goes along, it's a lot of teaching vacancies, as I done said before in the presentation. So if there's a way that they can boost up by a certain percentage of how many teachers we can get in there a year, I think that'll be able to build up the district as well. HR metrics and return on investments. As my research shows that Fort Worth Independent School District partners with ESSR, which is a program that focuses on giving the funds to be able to build up what COVID deterred. So this program is funded. Yeah, this program is funding the Fort Worth Independent School District to be able to build up these children, because they know that these children have a learning gap from being at home from COVID for a couple of years, and it's still impactful even though it was a couple of years ago. So, yeah. Implementation plan. First bullet point: implementation plan that I came up with. Develop campus instructional leaders. The instructional leadership team, teachers and administrators, will have clearly written roles and responsibilities. Measurable goals will be included in each team member's roles and responsibilities, so that we are able to track progress and milestones. How I came up with this implementation plan: just my first year as a teacher, just seeing a lot of dysfunction, a lot of unorganized, a lot of unorganizational things that's going on in the district. Is really hindering us. If we're able to come together as a staff, and we get roles to where we can put people in certain places, and we get the right leadership, I think that'll be something that we can use to be able to build up the district as a whole. Uh, the second bullet point on the implementation plan: recruit, select, assign, induct, and retain a full staff of highly qualified educators. District will work with collaborative will work collaboratively with our campus to recruit highly qualified candidates and allow for hiring. We'll have a more formal selection process that includes an interview panel, model of sample, lesson, and formal interview questions will be aligned to assess for content, knowledge, experience, cultural fit, and leadership skills to hire and place teachers in the best positions to be successful. Uh, Before district, they have a lot of job fairs, but it's not really formal. It's not really something that's really what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for is it's not really engaging to where you can really find out the individual that you're trying to hire to know what they're bringing. And if we're able to build up assessments to where we can ask the right questions and have the right goals and and know what we want out of the educators and have high expectations for the educators, that would be something that would be able to be utilized as an implementation plan to build up the district and build up what I'm trying to have in this strategic plan. Uh, Another part of the implementation plan: compelling and aligned vision, mission, goals, values focused on a safe environment and high expectations. All stakeholders, including staff, students, and community, will have input on the creation and revision of the campus mission statement, vision, and campus goals. Our mission statement, vision, values, and motto will be posted in every classroom throughout the building, the auditorium, and common areas throughout the building. All staff and students should be aware and able to recite the mission and motto of our campus, of the district. There will be a faculty and student handbook that outlines campus procedures and expectations to improve staff and student interactions. What I thought about when I made this was togetherness, organization. I think those two things are key to implement if you want to build up any industry, especially with education, because if the students have a goal, the teachers have a goal, the parents have a goal, and the community have a goal to build up the future, then that's what needs to be implemented to build up the district. So, and that is it.